And we're live. All right, or at least I'm live. Hey, how you guys doing? Rob Cushing here with a hangout for you. Just doing a little solo hangout today. What I wanted to talk to you about was, real quick, what I want to talk to you about is the third most precious commodity that pretty much the majority of planet Earth has. After your friends and family, after your need for money, something to thrive on. And it's the third most popular commodity that most people have, and that is time. One thing I talk to people about in my business, and even music, I find like if I want to get together with a lot of musicians or people in the music business, one thing that people always tell me, particularly in my business, is, Rob, I'd love to do this, but I don't have the time. I hear that so much. I don't have the time. And what I wanted to do is I kind of want to give you a little picture of where I was when I first started going to business for myself. Like I said, I have a wife. I have a 3.5-year-old son. And this was my day, okay? Let me kind of spell you out, because I want to talk to you from the perspective of someone who, when I started, did not have the time. You think of someone who did not have time to do anything, I was that person. So here was my day. Here was my Monday through Friday day, okay? I would get up at 4 a.m. I would have breakfast and kind of wake up. I'd be out the door by 5:30 a.m. I would have anywhere from a 1.5 to 2 hour commute to work. Lived on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I worked for the most part in Boston. Anybody who's from that area, has experienced that area, knows what those commutes are like, and they're grueling. I would have anywhere from an 1.5 to 2 hour commute. So probably get in to the area probably around 7 or 7:30. I get a chance to work out of the gym if I was lucky. That was about an hour, and it takes me at 8:30 a.m. I start work at 8:30 a.m. And I might get a quick lunch break, but I'm plowing right through, and I'm out at 5 if I'm lucky. Okay. Once I'm out at 5, I have an 1.5 to 2 hour commute back home, which would probably get me home around 6:30, 7 p.m. Again, if I was lucky. I would have enough time to have dinner with my family, get my son done with tub, read to him, tuck him into bed, anywhere from 7 to 8 p.m. And that would probably give me enough time to visit with my wife and check in and see how the day was, maybe catch a little bit of TV if I'm lucky, maybe get a chance to work on something for music, which again, like I said, is my passion. But assuming I was able to get an 8 hour sleep, so I could be back up at 4 in the morning again, I had to be in bed by 8 p.m. A lot of times it didn't happen, just how life was. So that was my day. That was my Monday through Friday day. Again, getting up at 4 a.m. I had breakfast out the door at 5:30, anywhere from an 1.5 to 2 hour commute, maybe get some time in at the gym, work straight through from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, if I was lucky, repeat that 1.5 to 2 hour commute back home. Have enough time to kind of just check in with my family, visit a little bit with my son, and back to sleep. Repeat the whole process. That's my Monday through Friday. People are like, okay, well, what about your weekend? I did my weekends. I DJ'd weddings. I did it because primarily helped pay the bills. They were primarily 5 hours on average. You're like, oh, that's not bad. Let me give you a little perspective on it, though, okay? And this is not even including any time during the weekday where, I'd have to consult with brides and grooms on the music, on the order of events, on anything they're doing. Even people would just kind of shop around, talk with them, kind of sell myself. All right, that could be strewn out all through the weekend and weekday. And I already gave you my whole weekday schedule. I didn't allot for that time or room, okay? My weekend, okay, assuming I'm doing a wedding on the weekend, sometimes I'd have two. I have one on Saturday, one on Sunday. I would have to prep a suit, get my car set, make sure I'm filled with gas, everything's ready to be packed. I would have to drive 45 minutes from my house, that's without traffic, to pick up equipment from the guy I worked for. Sometimes it'd take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to pack up. I would drive anywhere from, depending on where the venue was, anywhere from 10 minutes to 50 minutes, again, without traffic, to the venue. And anywhere from about 45 minutes to an hour. That's to find parking, load in my equipment, set up my equipment, meet with wedding coordinators, photographers, make sure we're all on the same page, and then start the 5-hour wedding. Once the 5-hour wedding was done, I had about, it usually took me about 30 minutes, and that's assuming I wasn't visiting with like a bride and groom. Some very nice people I was able to do that for, and their families. About 30 minutes to break down, load back in, and again, another 10 to 50 minutes, back to drop off the equipment, then 45 minutes home. Again, that's all assuming no traffic, right? And traffic in Cape Cod here is nuts, right? And then 45 minutes home on average to get back, and I was wiped. I was wiped after that. That was a long day. So you're talking really about an 8 to 9 hour day where you're just spot on. It's, you're there mentally, you're there physically. Lucky enough to spend time with my family, maybe try to get some music in, just relax. It was nuts. So that would be a Saturday or Sunday. And then I go back to my whole weekday schedule. So the long and short of it is, I didn't have time. I had time, but I didn't think I had time because I wasn't looking at the big picture. All I knew was where I was going, what I had been grinding along in this path for so long. That was really my only guarantee in life. I got to a point where I was kind of like, enough is enough. I got to make a change, and I was scared. Excuse my French. I was scared shitless about it. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How am I going to find the time? But the only guarantee I had, guys, was that if I kept on the path I was going, I was getting nowhere. I was spinning my wheels. I had what people would call a decent job. I had, I lived in a not that bad of a house and everything. We drove cars that worked. If I was lucky, every few weeks I was able to take my wife out to dinner somewhere, maybe. It wasn't like we were strapped or whatever, but it was still hard paying the bills. We wanted a good school for my son. We wanted, we wanted to be homeowners, so we had mortgage to worry about. My wife also worked. And she was an elected town, official for the town I live in. So literally for like the third week of every month, I didn't see my wife. A lot of that I talked to you about, like getting home from my job. I wouldn't see my wife like 1 week out of the month because she's busy with her own work and she's busy with her town duties. And I had enough time and energy to just get my son to bed and just get to bed myself and repeat the whole process. So long story short, like I said, it's kind of a long way of saying that you can find the time. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. I sacrificed sleep. Everybody's got 24 hours a day. The people who are successful have 24 hours a day. The people who are not successful, aren't doing anything with their lives, have 24 hours in a day. So what I did was I made some short sacrifices because they said being an entrepreneur is doing things that most people won't for a short period of time so that you can live the rest of your life like most people won't, or can't rather. Sorry. So let me repeat that again. Okay. Been a long day. I've had a lot of fun biking around my wife and son today, but let me repeat that again. Entrepreneurs basically will live their life for a short time. They will do things and work for a short time like most people won't. So they can live the rest of their life like most people can't. Okay? And that's what fed me. That's what got me going. I was like, I got to make a change. All I know is I got to make a change. And so I sacrificed sleep. I sacrificed some quality time. I stepped away from my music for a while because of building my business. But you know what happened? Because I was able to hook up with an amazing team like Team WooCar, because I was able to gain knowledge and motivation from the leadership and the people I worked with, because I was able to gain access to that training, because I was able to gain all this awesome education on how to market what I was doing, because I gained confidence in what I was doing as a result of being around everybody like this and being, and what we have as a system and processes and the product and everything. It's just, out of this world. When I was able to tap into that with a lot of sleepless nights, because like I said, my schedule is already crazy to boot. I'd be up late doing this. This is a legitimate business after all, and it does take work. This is what happened. Last December, I walked away from my IT job. You know what happened to my schedule? It went from this to this. My commute time, my work time, etc., all that, down to this. Or maybe rather this, about an hour or two a day. I no longer DJ weddings. So my DJing wedding time on the weekends went from this down to this. And that includes not just the weddings, it's all the other superfluous time and everything too. And it's been a life changer, guys. And you know why? Because I valued my time. I valued my time for me. I valued my time for my family. I valued my time for my friends. Those, I valued my time for those I wanted to help as a result of what I was able to do. So I would implore you to really take a good look at, even if you and I never do business together, anything that you set your mind to, I implore you to take a good look. And before you say, I don't have the time to do it, really analyze what you do in your day. And then really think about what it is you want. And then think about, most people seem to have this mindset that like, okay, well, I'm just going to plow along and maybe someone will just throw something in my lap. And unfortunately, life really doesn't work that way. People get results are the ones who make the sacrifices, the ones who put forth the effort, who have the mindset to go ahead and make that change. That's exactly what I did. Now, am I where I want to be yet? No. Still working on it, but I'll tell you what, I am not where I was. And 2015 is looking to be an amazing year. We're already a third, almost a fourth of the way through this. It's incredible. And it's such a different year than years past. If you talked to me at this time last year, I probably couldn't imagine this. And maybe that's what held me back a bit. Once I was able to tell myself, go from, I think I might be able to do this too, I'm going to do this. Things changed. And it's because I was able to utilize my time. It was able because I had that wherewithal, that mindset, that focus, say, I'm going to make a change, because it's not only something that's nice to do, it's necessary. It's necessary. And it's absolutely necessary to do something in your life and make that change. Because it doesn't take any motivation, it doesn't take any drive to stay where you're at. But it calls upon everything within you. You literally have to harness your will if you're going to succeed. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, it involves getting out of your comfort zone. And that, my friends, that is hands down the hardest thing that you will probably ever have to do. It's the hardest thing I ever did for myself. But it's been a game changer. So with that, I'm going to leave you to a call of action, okay? Because I've been on here long enough. I'm not even sure how long I've been. So I want to make this short. I wanted to make this short. So let me give you a call to action, okay? Now below here, you're going to see some contact information, okay? You got my phone number. You got my Skype ID. If you want to hook up with me on Skype, you got my Facebook link if you want to connect with me on Facebook. Got my email address. Go ahead and use those, okay? If you're interested exactly, maybe you're in the same spot I am. Maybe you absolutely don't have any time, the spot I was in. Maybe you don't have any time, or you think you don't have any time. But you really want to make a change in your life. You just feel like you need a little guidance, a little push somewhere. I can help you with that, okay? But it calls on you to take the step, to take the action, to make that first step to meet me halfway. And I would really enjoy being able to connect with you, find out a little bit more about you, and then obviously what you can also do too is take a look at that link that I have down below, okay? www.plugplayandlive.com. All right, you go to that, and then that's going to be a link that gives you a video presentation, exactly what it is me and my team are doing, okay? And they'll tell us exactly who we are, what we're about, what we do, and then let's connect after that. Have a no strings attached conversation, because that's how I work. All right. Like I said, happy to answer any questions. So enough rambling from my end. I've been kind of fried after riding about 15, 20 miles on the bike today. So with that, once again, Rob Cushing here. I really appreciate you taking the time out to watch this, and I hope you take action, because taking action is not only something you should do, it is absolutely necessary if you want to get in life. So go ahead, check out the link below, reach out to me, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.